Assistive technology in the Writing Center. Who do we help? Everyone. The University of Kentucky Writing Center has been in operation for 35 years. From 2011 to 2017, more than 5,000 clients were helped through consultations. As a Writing Center consultant, I have had the pleasure of working with students across many different disciplines. Examples are speech pathology, nursing, economics, communications, and business. Employers are looking for university graduates who write well and communicate effectively. Are we accessible to everyone? The needs of UK students with disabilities range from academic, dietary, and disability accommodations for campus housing to disability parking permits. As you can see, the University of Kentucky Disabilities Resource Center has a long list of common disabilities and conditions in the students they serve. It is a benefit in that the DRC offers services that meet all these needs. At the Writing Center, we need to invest in assistive technologies for at least 1 to 2 of these groups. Students with disabilities have just as much right to come to the Writing Center to improve their craft as any other student. Consultants encourage clients to read aloud to increase editing capacity and comprehension. Clients receive frequent encouragement, their relationship is collaborative, consultants make suggestions and teach the craft of writing. The majority of the responsibility does rest with the client for applying the knowledge they learn. According to the Learning Disabilities Act signed into law in 1968, students with learning disabilities have a disorder in one or more of the basic psychological processes that help them to understand or use spoken and written languages. They may have difficulty with listening, thinking, talking, reading, writing, spelling, or arithmetic. Many of these activities are required for participation in the client-consultant relationship. Students with learning disabilities were either born with their learning disability or they developed it as a result of a serious illness or accident. Many of these students have experienced this for most of their lives. They have developed strategies for coping with their limitations and alternative ways of addressing the challenges we all face. Individuals with disabilities in general fiercely treasure their independence. Assistive technology is a way to offer even more help to a student with a disability while preserving their independence. Assistive technology in the Writing Center would help any student with disabilities to participate in the collaborative relationship of clients and consultants. Judy Schwartz showed in her book, Another Door to Learning, that individuals with learning disabilities have the same information in their brains as everyone else. They just may not know that information is in there. Even if they know it's there, individuals with learning disabilities may not be able to access it and retrieve the information to use it. One way for an individual with a learning disability to recover important information is through self-cueing. It is something they can do or the consultant during the appointment. Self-cueing helps to unlock information in that person's brain. The relationship a client and a consultant share during an appointment in the Writing Center is a great way to introduce self-cueing. Consultants instruct students in excellent writing. One comment may focus on an area to improve at the beginning of the paper. If the same mistake is repeatedly seen throughout the work, the consultant can remind the client about the mistake and prompt them to start self-cueing. Through self-cueing, the client with learning disabilities can start applying what they have learned. Individuals with learning disabilities are just one of the few populations that walk through the door of the University of Kentucky Writing Center. It is important to know how to help clients with learning disabilities. A consultant may model how to write a good thesis consistent with the client's topic. Consultants may assist a client in physically creating an assignment. These are a few examples of how consultants could help clients with learning disabilities. It is important to note, however, that students with disabilities have a wide variety of needs that could be met by assistive technologies. The Americans with Disabilities Act, or ADA, was signed into law in 1990. The ADA is an equal opportunity law for people with disabilities. This means that the University of Kentucky students with disabilities are protected from discrimination under the ADA and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. Being a student is a major life activity. It takes a lot of time, effort, and money. And while students are here at the University of Kentucky, the staff and faculty want to be able to give them the best learning experience possible. All students have their own unique challenges. Students with disabilities have increased challenges more so than the rest of us. Students with disabilities may need special accommodations to enhance their learning experience at the University of Kentucky Writing Center. That is why I advocate for the purchase of assistive technologies by the Writing Center to facilitate an optimal learning experience for University of Kentucky students with disabilities. The University of Kentucky Writing Center strives to provide excellent service to all students, but it may be difficult for students with disabilities coming into the center who need additional help. From the late 1990s to 2015, the University of Kentucky Writing Center was funded by the College of Arts and Sciences at approximately $27,000 per academic year. The University of Kentucky College of Arts and Sciences paid for the computers, iPads, cameras, signage, texts, and scheduling software. In the last 2 years, the funding source has switched to the Department of Writing, Rhetoric, and Digital Studies. The same amount of money was gifted with an additional $900 per academic year. The University of Kentucky College of Arts and Sciences still maintains the computers and pays the annual WC Online subscription. For the past 32 years, University of Kentucky Libraries has provided a space in their main library for the Writing Center. The University of Kentucky Writing Center does not have a lot of money available to use. An investigation of viable assistive technologies focused on the least expensive products that would serve as an invaluable resource to clients with disabilities. Docs Plus is an app that supports independent learning of writing tasks such as organizing ideas and planning through a built-in mind mapping tool and audio note creator. Additional writing assistance includes intelligent word prediction, writing frames, and curriculum vocabulary banks. Docs Plus enables student writers to listen to their work through a feedback tool and helps them to find and correct writing errors. The University of Kentucky Writing Center consultants do much of this already, but students with disabilities value their independence. It is possible that a student with a disability who makes an appointment may have difficulty brainstorming ideas or correcting the errors in their writing just between themselves and the consultant. Having a tool that they can use would really help boost their self-confidence and the ease of the consultation. As consultants, it is essential to do everything in our power to facilitate a warm, nurturing, enthusiastic environment for the student writer. We want to help them and to build their self-esteem in this area. Docs Plus has a built-in doc reader which will read aloud any PDF or Microsoft Word document. Consultants ask students to read their work aloud. Some students with disabilities may be unable to do that. With the doc reader, they can still participate and have the added benefit of hearing their work read in a clear, easily understandable voice. It will boost their understanding of what they have written. Instead of the consultant reading the piece aloud, the student with a disability can still make the choice of whether they want to read their work aloud or whether the consultant will. Docs Plus has accessibility features that enhance the visual appeal of the product. These include high contrast display options, switch access, touchscreen and eye gaze compatibility, and a unique SuperKey solution. This is an accessible keyboard for students with mild to moderate physical challenges and those with poor eyesight. The beauty of the Docs Plus app is that it can be used to help several different kinds of college students. The populations Docs Plus addresses are ESL students, adult learners with low literacy levels, students who are developing basic literacy skills through foundation courses, and students with learning difficulties or physical disabilities. The focus of this project is on students with disabilities, but the University of Kentucky Writing Center would benefit with the purchase of this product because it could be used to help a larger variety of students the Writing Center sees. The Docs Plus product for college students is offered as a program on a computer. Each computer requires a license for the installation of the Docs Plus product. It is a one-time payment for Windows and Mac computers. The license never expires. A single computer license for a Docs Plus product installation is $495. There are two different kinds of this product. The Docs Plus app must be purchased for iPads, and the Docs Plus license must be bought for installation on a single computer. The Docs Plus app is designed for high school students and provides many of the same tools that the Docs Plus product offers to college-age students. These features include the speech feedback tool, the Docs Plus predictor, which encourages students to grow their vocabulary, subject-specific writing support with word bars, select learning grids, and topic-specific word bars professionally created, and personalized support for every individual. This might take the form of changing the speed and frequency of the speech feedback tool, customizing the word predictor level, high contrast color schemes, and a Super Keys keyboard, which offers 4 size options for the word predictor and spell checker tools. It might be beneficial to consider using the app for any freshman students with disabilities who schedule a consultation. The Docs Plus app is more affordable at $33. The rule is one purchase of the app for each iPad that will use it. The University of Kentucky Writing Center already has several computers and iPads. Either the Docs Plus product purchase of a license for a computer or the Docs Plus app for an iPad would serve as assistive technologies for students with mental or physical impairments. If the University of Kentucky Writing Center purchases either the Docs Plus app for an iPad or the Docs Plus license for a single computer, they would be armed with tools to help students with disabilities who schedule consultations. Why should the Writing Center purchase these assistive technologies? The University of Kentucky Writing Center specializes in teaching students to improve their writing skills. The University of Kentucky Disability Resource Center does not specialize in this area. They serve needs across the board. The University of Kentucky Writing Center welcomes and serves all students. There has never been any contact between the Disability Resource Center and the Writing Center. It is important to bridge the gap between these two powerful entities. Students depend on both these resources. Building a foundational relationship begins with clear communication and goal setting. The DRC has the most experience with outreach. The Writing Center does not claim expertise. A secure connection between the DRC and the Writing Center would allow new avenues to be explored to help students, but the bottom line should be securing assistive technologies in the Writing Center. Outreach to the Disability Resource Center is necessary for them to advertise these new tools to students with disabilities who wish to improve their writing skills or their grades in various classes. Additionally, the University of Kentucky Writing Center website should be updated to reflect the purchase of these new materials. Outreach and promotion of the tools online should augment the number of students with disabilities who seek the Writing Center's services. In the last 6 years, the University of Kentucky Writing Center has served over 5,000 students. How many more consultations could be made after the purchase and establishment of assistive technologies on site? The skills students learn at the Writing Center not only help them do well in their academic goals, but also throughout their professional lives and their creative pursuits as well. All students have the right to come to the Writing Center and learn these skills and apply this knowledge. It is a privilege they deserve to enjoy. Regardless of a student's needs, whether they have a disability or not, the University of Kentucky Writing Center should do everything in its power to meet each student where they are, by giving them the best possible learning experience through assistive technology.